Okay, guys, so we're back for Marvel Week, and it continues with the official Avengers 4 trailer dropping. Of course, I am Armin. You guys can find me on Twitter at Arminis, and of course at Comic Book Cast. And I'm here with my co-host Mitch.
What's up? You can find me at Mitch692
So,
and at Comic Cast if you want, maybe
I
sometimes.
know, man, it's dude, there's so much to talk about here, and this trailer, like I said in my reaction, I'm like, I need this to be depressing and like
So,
different. And boy, do we have it here! Because right as we get into the trailer, let's talk about the first image we see, which of course is like this just Tony's wrecked helmet.
yep, yep. Um, I find it. I don't know. It's weird to think that the only nanobots he had left is enough to make that.
Right? That is a little bit weird.
It's like, sure, you can kind of say, well, most of them broke because most of them did, but it's cool. It sets the tone. It's fine. I'm not complaining about it at all. It's not even a nitpick. It's just like how damaged and how much was taken out of him
Right.
from that Titan fight. It's just like, ugh.
Right, that's the thing. It's like how much of a beating has he taken, and like exactly what is like we still don't know how exactly the nanotech works to a degree. So it's like maybe they'll
Nah.
explain this, being like this is why only I can do this, which might make a little sense at some point. But what I like about this is the first thing that catches you off. It's like, oh no, this is just a space scene. That's why it's this color. It's like, no, 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 no. This is not it. Because like, yeah, it's depressing, and he's recording a message for Pepper Potts, but I think visually this film is going to be very like color muted, different. Like
Oh yeah,
they want
yeah,
to convey that depression.
yeah. Well, everyone likes to say, "Oh, the Russos just have everything all grey," and, da, da, da. And it's like it's whatever. But this one it does kind of need, at least for the first two acts, it needs that sort of
Right.
down color tone. Then you can the third act when everyone's back, you go big, bright, and colorful to bring everything
Yeah,
back.
to
So.
offset what was already there,
Yeah.
right? Well, with it previously, which obviously I like the scenes of him just sitting there. But then next up, let's talk about Farmer Thanos here because this is
It
from the comics.
is. I wasn't expecting to see Thanos at all. I'm
Same.
actually very surprised we got any look like the armor shot was probably most I was expecting.
Yeah.
Like even just seeing anything of it, it's
So
just like
I mean,
I,
here's the thing that kind of catches me off guard. For since Infinity War, let's talk about it this way. We've been told this movie is a 5-year time jump, 5-year time jump. This movie is 5 days.
is it 5 days?
It looks like it because they're talking about maybe like a week has went by. Like that's what it sounds like. It's like very much right after it happens. So
Huh. I mean, to be fair, I didn't get the sense of a time jump at all from this, but so 5 days, I could see it happening, but I don't know. There's got to be something because to know that 50% of the population is gone would surely take more than 5 days to figure out.
right, unless everybody's just like, hey, look, half of my family's missing perfectly. Like, okay, I guess we come
It's
out to
like,
this math pretty easily.
there's just a massive consensus gone out. It's like, yeah, we lost 4 out of 5. And we
Yo,
lost
we're
this,
taking a
this,
Twitter
this,
poll.
this.
Has half your family disappeared or not? This is
Oh.
official metrics.
It's going like you get the average family charts, and it's always like, oh, the average family's like 3.5 people. It's just like, well, you can't have a decimal anymore.
Right.
So it's now
Um,
1.25 people.
which I want to see them like address all this in here. It's like, how exactly is this going forward? And it's like, I have the shot in here of like the Avengers Facility, which I really like. It just kind of shows you. I want to just put it here because it's like we look at how much it's evolved during the course of the movies, right?
Oh
It's
yeah,
just,
yeah.
and
When did this was Age of Ultron, wasn't it, when this first showed up?
yeah, right after,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So like, you just had that one little the main like Avengers building there, and
hmm
then it's just
It's expanded with
peripheral.
multiple hangars and buildings, and obviously, imagine how empty it's going to be now. Like you have,
Oh yeah, yeah.
it's, ooh, yep, and
Like, it was kind of empty after Civil War, but it's even
hmm
empty now.
which the big thing here, and here's a big money shot. So Scott Lang is missing. They're going through the files of who's missing and where they could be and stuff. Obviously, Spider-Man, but also Shuri
Mm.
appears on this. This is really interesting.
Yep.
Like
So rip all those fan theories that it's going to be M'Baku on the throne and Shuri is Black Panther. So
yeah, that's honestly like I think this is kind of like like unexpected because everybody was like, "No, Shuri," and it's gonna be
Yeah, it's just like,
oh,
you got rid of T'Challa, so Shuri has to have survived. It's like, no. But saying that, they have Scott Lang missing there, and we know he's around, so
true.
maybe there could be a way she's not missing. It could be something different,
Right,
but
this isn't like the people showing up on here aren't confirmed dead; they're confirmed missing. So you can,
yeah.
play with that and
So
skew
it's
that a bit.
interesting that they put missing,
Yeah,
because like you like everyone here saw firsthand what happens. So it's like missing. It's an interesting word to use.
yeah. It really is. I think that implies that maybe there's something a little bit more going on that they know. Maybe this is a little bit, whatever. But we didn't even talk about it. But hey, Bruce, Bruce is here. Obviously, he's looking depressed. So
Yeah, he's not the Hulk getting ready for his rematch like all the fake trailers.
Oh, yeah.
That my rematch is coming. I can feel it.
God.
Well, nice.
That's. I mean, to keep up with the trailer, it's depressing. So there's depression. Like what else do you want?
yeah. They set the tone very well.
That they did. After that, let's look at Thor up in here. He's seen better days.
Yeah, he's clearly living on Earth at this point. I'd imagine got nowhere else to go. Also, I don't know if it's just me, but the weird coloured eye seems to stand out a bit more in this.
Yeah.
Compared to Infinity War.
Yep. Also, I don't know what it is about this. It looks like he's maybe taking a transport somewhere to talk to people. Like what? He's just.
I can see that. I've got no idea where he is at this point.
Because it's like, is he locked up? Like what is happening here?
It's kind of hard to even speculate because it's just a white wall.
Right. Yeah.
But it's like, I'd imagine if I had to guess, it's still in the Avengers Facility.
Mm-hmm.
No, I couldn't. I wouldn't have thought he'd want to be on his own at this point. It's like, actually, let's go. No, I still have people here, so let's actually.
Right, let's go and try to figure this out, right? Like, yeah, that's definitely a thing. After that, here's Nebula, a quick glimpse of her on the Milano along with Stark, so.
Is she on the same ship?
That's what I was assuming. See, that was, at the beginning, that wasn't like my idea, because I was like, no, I think Tony's alone. But then I'm like, here, it looks like the Milano, right? Like,
yeah, I'd assume it's no longer the Milano, it's something else because they left it on that planet in Volume 2, but everyone calls it the Milano. Yeah. If I had to, no, I can see why you think it is a Milano because the color and like behind her and the light is the same as Tony's. But it's like, wouldn't she be able to fly the ship?
Yeah, unless the ship is somehow out of fuel now, or.
I mean, sure, yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, maybe they were using that weird warp jump thing to try to jump around, and it ran out. They got, we don't know what the extent here is, but it is different that Tony at the beginning sounds like he's like, I'm alone out here. And then now here's this scene. So I'm like, what exactly is happening here?
Unless they're doing that thing where it's like, he doesn't know Nebula. If it's not that much of a time jump, it's only been 5 days, they're not really going to have spoken to each other.
Yeah, I mean...
So it's like, you're still probably going to feel alone and dealing with everything. So I can see it being the same one. It just, when I first saw it, it didn't strike me as the same for like, whatever reason.
Right. And there's also that whole effect. It's like, okay, look... Yeah, okay, mate, you spend maybe 5 days together or a week or however long it's been you're out here. Because he says, how many days he has of supplies left and it's the last day. So that's kind of like how I gauge my time period. Even if that's the thing, they would have talked to each other. And imagine her telling him officially, being like, so let me tell you who Thanos is to me. And he's probably like, wait. Oh. Like, so we wouldn't even be in this situation if you weren't like around. So I could see maybe why he feels alone even if they are together on here, which would be a nice angle to take at him being like, look, I gotta overcome all this again and we gotta work together. So
what if, just thinking about it, the movie doesn't start off with the time jump? Like, we get that initial like, here's how they all dealt with it for like the first week, and then we get the time jump later on. Like this, like the end of the first act and the second act is completely 5 years later or something.
That would be, honestly, because
like there has to be some kind of time stuff.
There has to, literally.
The whole Ant-Man stuff. It's like there's got to be. You don't just go, oh, watch out for time vortexes and not do time travel.
Yeah.
It's and how to get everyone back. Like, it's I don't know. It could just be that the whole fan theory thing, and I've just settled on that, and that's the only way I can see it going. I'm not sure.
Hmm. Yeah. I feel like you're probably right about that. Like,
Because like, the trailer showed us nothing. We know
yeah.
nothing about this movie now than we did yesterday.
Yeah.
The only thing we know is we've seen footage from it. That's all we know. And we no.
Honestly, I would love it if the rest of their marketing they kind of did it like this, like very off the beat, like we don't really know everything because honestly, that's probably the
I'd
best way to
imagine
go.
the way they've handled the title and everything about this movie, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Because they kind of went overboard with the whole title thing and releasing it until today.
Uh-huh.
And it's just like,
They
you
didn't
know
even
what?
put it in the damn title reveal. It's like hidden
No.
inside of the trailer. That's hardcore, bros.
I saw it and I was like, they're just calling it Avengers.
Yeah.
It's like, that's ballsy.
Yeah.
But the first one was called Avengers. That's going to muck everything up. It's like, oh no, it's at the end. It's like, fair enough.
Well,
But
I mean, speaking of that, let's talk about another big reveal here. Here is our first look at Ronan, the former Hawkeye.
and that's probably one of the most accurate suits you're ever
Yeah.
going to.
Like,
Also, it confirms the whole thing that he's in Japan fighting Yakuza. So,
yep. So
that's-
wow, that's been a rumor since like before Infinity War ever came out.
Yeah, so whoever, shout out to whoever got that. Like, well done. I think it was your Mega Underground guys on Twitter that got that. I'm not 100%. I could be wrong. If it was, shout out. Like, you got it.
Yeah,
Right.
legit. Like, there's, and also like we see, they're obviously got to recruit him, and they're probably looking for him as well. Being like, did he survive? They're probably getting reports being like,
Oh,
there's
they
an
must
Archer
have
over
known.
there.
They must have known that he was still around.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I refuse to believe Natasha didn't check on him, especially where the trade is like, oh, we lost family, and then it goes straight to him.
You're right. Yeah. It's
no.
like that's clever editing, but also I want to believe that he probably did lose his family, and he's probably like lost it a little bit,
Because like, what other reason would he have to do this?
Mm-hmm.
And like to go and also, where's his like the bow? Is he just now moving on to the sword?
Yeah.
And he's going for that way.
I think he's probably gonna have both, and that's what they're gonna
Yeah.
kind of go with.
It would be cool if the sword transforms into a bow.
That would.
I
Yeah.
don't know how you'd feasibly have that happen, but
Nanoscience, Mitch. Nanoscience.
Of course, in a world where suits appear out of nothing, I shouldn't really question anything.
We'll figure this out.
But no, it's a nice different setting as well. They're setting up going like for the whole like MCU to go global. So it's like, here's Japan. You've never seen Japan in these movies, so boom.
Also another shot. Here's let's cut deeper even with Peggy because she's already packed away. Like she's passed away. She's gone.
Yeah.
And let us remind you that she's gone while we keep punching you in the gut.
Interesting that it's not Sharon.
Yeah.
So the whole Sharon thing that they tried to set up didn't go anywhere.
I think they're just like, you know what? We're never going to acknowledge that because we didn't ever acknowledge it anyway.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Also, it's interesting that he's in the Winter Soldier stealth suit.
Yeah.
I don't know if you got a picture of that.
No, I didn't even really think of that. But yeah, that is interesting.
It was the first thing I noticed when he was on the screen. I was like, that's not Scales.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
the
true.
promo yet again has the Scales, and he's not. Unless it's for the third act and change the suits.
That's
again.
gotta be what it is. Which
Yeah.
obviously the third act. Let's talk about like the final moments of the trailer. Here's the title reveal. Endgame. It's a good title. Like it conveys like what the movie kind of is, right? Like that can be their messaging. This is the end game of the Marvel universe of everything you know. It's like, you know what? That's good. I understand why they went with this title. So
Honestly, I understand it. Not a fan.
I was hoping for something like Avengers Sacrifice or something along those lines, really. Like, but I get what they did. I get why it's the title, and I'm okay with it.
Like, I understand. I'm fine with it. I'm not gonna like be on people like, oh, it's such the title sucks, blow. It's like I don't know. It doesn't sound right to me.
It sounds a little
in a
weird,
way.
yeah.
Like it sounds very fan made.
It does.
I think that's probably like if no one went, oh, I bet Endgame's a title, it's going to be Endgame. I might have been a bit better with it, but the fact that everyone's like, oh no, it's Endgame, it's like, it just sounds fan made.
It was called Endgame literally about 2 hours after Infinity War ended.
Yeah.
So someone was like, yeah, I was like, oh, okay, I guess.
Also, shout out to the Russo brothers for lying. Again,
the Marvel MO is on point. Lie until it's true, and you sure lie until it turned out like true. So,
like, when like their inevitable end comes, that sounds really really awful saying that. Oh, they're gonna die, but like, they're gonna go up. If you're religious, you have the pearly gates and everything. It's gonna be like a long list of sins, and it's like, well, you lied this many times about. So, bye.
This is just one movie. We got like a whole other stack over here.
It's just like rolling past the long line of people. It's like, yeah, well, you lied this many times. So,
yep.
Sorry.
Do you want to talk about the final scene?
I never thought I'd see the day that Ant-Man is a stinger for an Avengers trailer.
Yup.
And he still has the brown van. So
I love it. Well, obviously that's the van that has the key to victory in it.
Yeah,
so
it's got the quantum gate, whatever they called it.
I mean, this is probably a thing, right? There's a chance that Scott is so oblivious to what's happened. He's just like, no, they left me there. Like, there's a legit chance. He's gonna be like kind of idiotic, be like, I don't know why everybody left me. Why is the street so empty?
It's just dusty up here now. But no, it's Ant-Man's a stinger for it now. I can't get over it. It's like, it's Ant-Man. Yep. The one that everyone's like, oh no, Ant-Man sucks.
Oh, and I just noticed the wall behind him. That's where Thor was sitting, so he was in the facility.
Good shout.
All right, here we go. So we connected where he was. So this is probably, I'm guessing that meeting is probably them all just sitting there, and then Scott shows up right after everybody's done crying, and he's like, hey, I got the key to victory in my ex-con van.
Actually, shout out to that. There was a shot of Captain America crying in this.
Yeah, that was a great shot. I didn't put that in there because I didn't want it to break my heart. Because I can't handle it right now.
It's already hurting enough from the trailer. Like, there was intent behind this trailer. It's like, we hurt them once, we have to hurt them more.
Mm-hmm.
Rub it in, make it worse. But no, I just can't go over Ant-Man's a stinger to an Avengers trailer.
Yeah.
And of course, everyone being like, where's Ant-Man, where's Hawkeye? It's like, well, they're right here.
Mm-hmm.
So you got your Hawkeye and you got your Ant-Man.
You got both of them, and the trailer's over. Honestly, this was the trailer I wanted. Like, I wanted something like this. I didn't want to, like, bombastic explosions, action shots, quips. There's none of that. There's the one at the end because that's Scott being Scott. But other than that, this is unlike every Marvel trailer you've ever gotten.
Yeah, yeah. They're going to market this really differently.
And that is the
you can feel it from this. It's like, whether the movie has the same tone as the trailers, I imagine it will after Infinity War, because they kind of really stuck with that whole tone for that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be a tough couple of hours waiting for that third act when it's finally out.
But I can't.
Also, speaking of when it's finally out, it is confirmed for April.
Yeah.
So we have 2 MCU movies in 2 months.
So this is, again, April worldwide, which means that May release date that the US had is getting shifted again, which means, oh man, it's worldwide drop same day, which is freaking awesome again.
Was it same day for an Infinity War? Or was it like spread out because like time zones? Like, was it spread out?
Well, so technically time zone, but all out on the same date, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, Australia got it like a day before everybody, but hey, that's how it goes sometimes.
It's like, I think, I can't remember if I got it a couple of days before you. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, you guys got it, I think, 24 hours before the US, so that makes sense.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. So, that's our Avengers Endgame trailer breakdown. Wow, it feels good to finally say Endgame and not 4.
Yeah, but it's gonna be one of those weird ones. Like you said Avengers 4 for what, 2 years at this point?
2-3 years, plus? Yeah.
It's like, how am I gonna say Endgame? Like, I've now got to switch muscle memory, and
I'm still gonna keep calling it like 4 in videos for at least a month. I know it. I know it. That's how it's
like when the year changes and you got to write the date, and you just put like 2018. It's like, oh no, it's 2018.
So thanks for joining us, everybody. Make sure you keep up with us on social media, where we'll be obviously going on with everything daily, moment by moment thoughts really, and opinions when stuff drops on this movie. So hopefully you guys enjoyed our breakdown. Until next time, I guess we'll see you in a couple days, really. So,
Rip.
Yep. Marvel Week.